Hey guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I make my buttercream. Now I make a crusting buttercream, and I do that because my cakes travel, especially when I did wedding cakes. Crusting buttercream will set and it becomes firmer than, say, just an all butter buttercream. And it makes piping on it so much easier, especially if you're doing intricate piping, like say you do a ruffle and then you're going to do string work, or you're layering your borders and so on like that. It's a lot easier and you get better results if you use a crusting buttercream. And typically the only difference between a regular buttercream and a crusting buttercream is the addition of, now I use Alpine. Alpine is a name brand. I like it. I've always used it because I think it blends better with the butter and the powdered sugar than just, say, Crisco. But by all means, if you can't find Alpine where you're at, they have it at a lot of decorating stores. I buy it straight from the company in a big 50-pound box. But you can certainly use a shortening, like a Crisco, solid shortening, not liquid Crisco. So let's get started. I use salted butter. I know, everybody's going, but I do. I like salted butter better than non-salted butter. I don't know if it's just because I've got a big sweet tooth or what, but I actually think that buttercream tastes better using salted butter rather than unsalted. And now I'm making a huge amount because I've got to decorate cakes for customers today. I will, in the description box down below, I'll put, I'll have it so you can make just a smaller batch. But I take my salted butter and I will stick it in the microwave on defrost for just 2 or 3 minutes. I'm just wanting to soften it up. And so I am going to do that and I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Buttercream is easy to make. First thing you do is add your softened butter, which this is a little more than softened. I had a phone call and then it sat in the microwave a little too long, but it doesn't matter. It'll all work. I'm using a pound. If you want a smaller batch, you would use 2 sticks. But we will add that to the bowl. See, that one was melted pretty much. Ideally, don't let yours get this melted. Like I said, it's not going to matter in the long run, but it would just be better. It will thicken up, as it cools down, so it's not like you're going to have some running buttercream all the time. Okay, and then we add the Alpine or Crisco. I use 2 cups because, like I said, I'm making, 8 pounds of icing, something like that, 6 to 8. You would add your Crisco. And now you look at it and you think, how in the world would that be appetizing? But it is. Once it mixes with the butter and the powdered sugar, you don't really notice it's there. And then I go ahead, even though I am using butter, I like to add some vanilla and a little bit of butter extract as well. For mine, it's just personal. You could add almond flavoring if you wanted your buttercream to be more almond. I'm using a clear one, so it'll keep the colors true if you're coloring your icing. If you use pure vanilla extract, you will have a tint to your icing. And some people don't mind that. It's all personal preference, because I'm, you know, having to match colors for customers. I'm not doing this for my family. If I was doing it just for a, you know, family cake, yeah, I would use the real, but I'm not. And then, believe it or not, even though it's really melted, I'm going to add a little bit of water. And I know people will say, why aren't you using milk? I got out of the habit of that years ago, back when I was doing wedding cakes, because I worried about the milk basically going bad. I mean, with a wedding cake, you might have to set up, crap, I lost count. Uh-oh, I'll just stop. You may have to set up your wedding cake a few hours before the event, and you know, it'll just be sitting there. And sometimes, you know, for outdoor weddings. Okay, next you add powdered sugar. This is a 2-pound bag. I'm going to go ahead and add the 2 pounds. I'm going to give it a little bit of a stir so it doesn't come out of the bowl when I turn the mixer on. Anyway, getting back to, you may have a bride doing an outdoor wedding, you know, so I just used water, and I found that I couldn't tell a difference in the taste. Now, you could certainly use milk if that's what, you know, you want for yours. I'm just showing you what I do for mine. And I've been making this buttercream for 22 years now, I think, 22, 23 years. And I've had nothing but raves from customers, people asking me to give them the recipe. And here I am giving it all to you. Okay, so I'll put it in my KitchenAid, my trusty KitchenAid mixer. This mixer has been with me since 2005. Of course, it sounds like it's going to take off like an airplane. But I'll turn it on and let it mix. I'll turn it on, let it mix for a few minutes, and then I'll be right back. Okay, the last step is to add the last 2 pounds of powdered sugar in. After I've got that mixed up really well, I will put this on and attempt not to spill it out everywhere. I'm bad to just want to dump it in. I'm impatient. Okay, I can tell by looking at this that I did not add enough water. I usually add about 8 tablespoons, and I lost count, so I don't know how many I added, but I can tell by how stiff the icing is getting that I want to add maybe 3 more. You want a stiff consistency to start with. That way you can thin it down, you know, for crumb coating, or thin it to medium for icing a cake, or leave it stiff to make roses. You know, you can do different things with the different consistency icing. And here we have a delicious, smooth buttercream. Delicious. And no, not too sweet. Use salted butter. At least give it a try. That is tasty. Well, I hope this video helped you. If you have any questions about the buttercream, leave them in the comment section down below. I will get back to everybody. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.